at the end. For noon Tuesday, when the officer attempted to stop 20-year-old Devon Caldwell for
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Morning, and I've got strange voices. What did he push? Oh no! Scott Beason, you're about to get a phone call. This is Ed Eubank, hanging in for Scott, and guess what he left me? Scott, you left on your funny voice. How do I fix that?
Upper right-hand button on the mixer.
Does that sound better? No. Upper right hand.
Is that better? Aha!
Yeah, I don't know how nothing on because I said goodbye yesterday with a normal voice. I don't know.
You owe me one.
You probably sounded very respectable.
Yeah, I'm sure. Bye. Yeah. Mute the iPad. Mute. Where am I? Can't find the mute. There it is. There. Good morning, people. This has been so much fun. I've got I got the YouTube going. I've got the board, I hope fixed. Not real sure. We'll see if that happens. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm even broadcasting. I'm sure I'll get a phone call if I'm not, because all my friends are supposed to be watching today. But Sky, you're going to have to walk me through this.
when you are live and in the air, you start 1, 3, 4, 1.
There you go. That's all that's important. So I don't know what we're going to talk about. I'm going to have to find my Coca-Cola. I think it's going to be a Coca-Cola day. Haven't had one in a long time. So no telling what's going to come out of my mouth this morning. So I know we had some bad weather last night. I live up on the bluff in Bluff Park in Hoover. We didn't have any. We just kind of straight. There's a weird weather pattern that somehow you can see it coming across the state, and all of a sudden it splits and goes around the mountain where I live. And I think that's what happened last night. Not real sure.
Well, I'm pretty sure we got your share here in the river region.
Is my volume okay?
Yeah, you get-
Oh, good. That works for me. Well, there we are, I think. And welcome aboard. And I don't think you need to explain, 'cause I can't see anything. You're listening to me?
Yeah, I see what I can do. I can't really control anything, but I can check it and see, and monitor.
Scott
Okay.
Beeson, president of
Well.
ARP, Alabama Recovering Politician.
Alabama
why in the world
Unfiltered
would you
Radio with
would
Scott
you think
Beeson.
Christians would have a problem with UFOs and UAPs, but supposedly when these beings are exposed and we'll see them in the sky coming to Earth, that Christians are going to be falling away from the church because their faith will be questioned as to exactly who Jesus was. Now, I have been told, and we've talked about Project Blue Beam, and we've talked about missing scientists, UFO scientists. So I think that it is us. It ain't UFOs, and it ain't UAPs, well, the other thing at that terminology. But that's my theory. My theory is all of this is going to come to pass to force us into a one-world government. And I don't think it's real. If it's real, it's going to be demons, and they're talking about lizard people. That lizard people have walked among us for how many years? I don't know about y'all. I've never seen no lizard people.
Have you seen that before?
Oh. Yeah, well.
Yeah. If
Yeah.
there's one out there, that's why it's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, it is everywhere on the internet talking about these UFOs and Trump insisting that this information be let out. And I just think this is Blue Beam and our government with their weaponry that is way beyond what people think it is. They're able, I don't know if y'all have seen some of the light shows that have been going on where they put holograms in the air, which is exactly what Blue Beam is. All the drones, all the anti-magnetic cylinders. And then one of them was talking about the Atlas 3I actually being an alien spaceship. They call that an alien spaceship. Well, interdimensional is not alien. Interdimensional is, like I said, space and time continuum where it's a parallel. It's not from another planet. It's from our planet. So why would an alien spaceship, the Atlas 3I, have to travel billions of miles if it's interdimensional? I think, people the definitions of, you really need to watch the words because you know how the words are. You really need to watch the words. And I think all these scientists, they're either in on the deal they've gone missing. They're either in on the deal or they had to get them out of the way because they knew when this stuff started coming down that those scientists would start talking. So, connect the dots, people. Connect the dots. We'll be back in just a minute. Gotta take a break.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politician.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
Okay, we're back. I think we got all this technical stuff straightened out. I'm not real sure, but we're going to carry on anyway. So, yeah, and it was the first time I've done this, and I came in Monday, and it's different when you have to do it yourself. There is a lot. This button is not supposed to do this, and this button is not supposed to do this, and, you know.
When put on the funny voice button.
He did that on purpose. No, he did.
I've been trying to come up with an explanation. You know, those buttons don't mash themselves. But anyway, we'll see about that later. I think you owe him that.
I do. I'm going to give him back the next time. Okay, we have a caller. Soldier Boy, you want to talk about the this, and that was funny. Bring Soldier Boy on. Okay. Let's see what we can do.
Welcome in.
He is on.
Hey, Soldier Boy, how are you? Are you on?
Hey, let Scott Spoon. Let Scott. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Let Scott Spoon spoon feed you today. He'll lead you to the promised land. Okay.
Doing the best I can, babe. Doing the best I can.
Okay. Well, you got a great wingman right over there, okay? Tom Cruise, wannabe Maverick, okay? Hey.
I got it.
Roger.
Hey, here's two things I want to talk about. First thing is real quick is the weather yesterday was weird. I remember when I was a child, and we had a chain link fence in the backyard, and it was raining on my neighbor's yard straight down, and on my side it was sunny and dry. I couldn't believe it. It was like a DM, demilitarized zone line where it was raining where it was but sunny and hot. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
Weather's here.
I remember those days. We see a lot of that nowadays. You can, and I don't know if it's the wind or just, there you go, you got a line. That's as far as the rain goes.
And let me.
Scott Beeson, President of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio
Yeah,
with
20
Scott
years ago,
Beeson.
we would have told
Chinese
them.
are having exactly the front of it, and it's fly-by-wire. It's all fly-by-wire. That's why it doesn't have flaps and everything. So basically, you have artificial intelligence controlling all the things and everything. That's why we're going towards drones and everything, because the human body can't do that kind of speed and handle it. But here's my question: is Chinese have been working on stealth fighters and bombers and still haven't had issues with creating it. You don't think that Roswell really happened, Scott?
I'll let Ian take that. I've commented on this before, and also the link to fiber optics. There's a big missing link in between traditional wiring and fiber optics. But Ian's more of an expert on this.
Well, they took all the copper out because, the copper was actually good for the body. So the reason they developed, copper and especially in the ground. The doctors would tell you to walk barefooted across the ground, and it had the copper and minerals in the ground have something. That's what all these not traditional medicine, but homeopathic medicine people will tell you. If you drink from copper cups, it works. So they had to get the copper out of the ground.
The Indians probably figured that one out, didn't they?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Yeah.
If you do me another thing while you're Googling, look up the flying bell, B-E-L-L, not the bell, B-E-L-L. It was captured, but they said they never found one, but they said they did in some places. They said in an article, I watched the DVD, a conspiracy DVD. What it works is against, like you were talking about, and anti-gravity, the scientists that are missing, that use the Earth's gravity against itself to be able to hover.
Right, the whole magnetic field thing. Yeah. So if you spin if you spin a magnet fast enough, you will get anti-gravity.
Exactly. And if you think that if we had really found one in the military, okay, during World War II, one of the Nazi ones, do you think we would have ever known about it? Heck no, they would have reverse engineered it and let it creep out slowly. Because the airplanes are starting to look more and more like UFOs.
Yeah, no doubt.
No tails, no flaps. You look at the front view of it, and I swear, if I had a couple beers in me, and you showed me a picture of that, the front view, I swear that's a UFO. And I like Fox Mulder. I believe, I hate to say it, but I agree with you on one thing. I don't believe there's aliens from other planets, but I believe. Who's the guy about time travel? Who's the scientist, the great person about time travel? Who's that?
Well, Tesla dabbled into it in some ways, and a lot of these experiments are somehow classified.
H.G. Wells wrote about it. I don't know how much he dabbled into it, but yeah, that's where I've been.
Hey, Soldier Boy,
Hey,
we gotta take a break, man.
Yeah.
Just one thing.
All right, man.
The truth is out there.
Yes. Oh, it is, and I believe. I believe those little gray people.
Yeah,
Thanks,
That's
buddy.
a bad sundance.
Appreciate it, man.
we'll be back in a minute.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politicians.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
We're back, and I got to carry on with this copper thing because I was going to talk about it today. You know, we've had so much with the vaccines and the medicines, and everybody takes Lipitor for their cholesterol. When I was in nursing school, the normal cholesterol was 300. Now it's 200. Now the entire world is on cholesterol medicine, and it makes them all feel bad. It's bad stuff. It's bad for you. It's worse than the disease. So, you know, people are fertility issues, chronic. It's just totally taken over our country. And so I was looking at it, and I thought, what happens when we start messing around with the natural stuff and copper, taking all the copper out of the ground? Copper controls how the signals are sent instead of, let's say, put in fiber, where it's 5G. We've been inundated with all of this energy that's surrounding us. In fact, I bought one of those the hats where it's supposed to block the energy affecting your brain. I swear to you guys, it works.
Are we being microwaved?
We are being microwaved. Exactly. It really, really works. And what they've done is they've fundamentally changed how energy and information is moving through our environment. And the fiber optics don't ground or distribute energy in a normal way. It bombards us. And I really
Scott
think,
Beason,
there's a
president
lot to be
of
said
ARP,
with natural materials.
Alabama Recovering Politician.
And I think-
Alabama
I'm just
Unfiltered
excited
Radio
this morning.
with Scott Beason.
They are trying to keep me from passing on information, aren't they? Because, it is just, I have just been inundated with it. Who is that, Red Top?
Red Top.
Oh, he wants to talk about the weather.
Oh, let me see. Morning.
Well, we'll talk about the weather for a minute, and then we'll move on to your subject, because your subject is really bizarre. Okay, I'll tell you what was unbelievable yesterday afternoon. They kept standing up, going back to the tower cam as the storm approached Montgomery. And it was, you know where the tower cam is, don't you, on the interstate?
Yeah. Lots of
It's
them.
about,
There.
it's like 1,500 feet.
Yeah.
And they showed the rain bomb, which I told you I saw an hour-long documentary on the rain bomb, and it was happening. And that was going towards Scrapple, and then they showed that little piece to the left of it. And we watched it for a good 30 minutes while it approached the city, and the view was incredible from that tower cam. I'll tell you. I've never seen anything like that. And that's a great asset that they have here in Montgomery, where we can view things, because storms usually come from west to east, correct? And so that was a wicked storm. We had some weird sounding lightning down here. It sounded like a thunder sheet that was 5,000 feet long, you know, because it goes boing, doing.
Yeah, that was bizarre. Just to piggyback on
God
that.
knows what I'm talking about.
Man, it was. I don't recall hearing thunder like that in quite a while. It was all around where I was. Bam,
Oh, man.
Bam. Yeah.
I mean, and you wouldn't believe the lightning we got yesterday. Now, let me clarify something. No, weather's no different now than it has been when I was born or when you were born, sweetheart. I'm sorry. You're not going to convince me otherwise. Just because it rains in your next door neighbor's yard and it's sunny in yours doesn't mean humans had anything to do with that.
Okay.
This is all God's work. And wait, I got to get clarification. What is this hat you're putting on?
Oh, I
The
have to.
5G hat.
It's a 5G hat. It is lined with some kind of aluminum fibers that blocks the 5G signal from. Oh yeah, it's like a tinfoil hat. It
and-
is truly a tinfoil hat.
Oh, my God. Okay. Sky, let's please help this
I
woman.
stayed out of it.
You know what?
I'm ready to believe anything.
I
Okay?
hate to tell you, Ann, all this stuff, no, there's no way 5G is affecting your brain other than what your phone is doing to you personally. That no 5G or 6G or 25G can compare with the natural forces that God has put in this universe and on this. Wimpy little 5G signal is going to change man or the evolution of the Earth. Now, you can wear all that tinfoil hat you want, but I wouldn't do it. I don't think it's good for you, and it's not natural. It messes up with your avionics. You know where your avionics are in your body?
No.
Explain.
Your front of your head, just like in every animal, just like a porpoise. That's your avionics, and I'll tell you why I know. Because when I put a baseball cap on, I can tell I'm loose. You get
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politician.
To Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
All righty, I think we're back. We've got a bunch of calls. People are really interested in this. This Conspiracy Thinker Thursday. And boy, do we have lots of conspiracies. Yeah, we're coming back. Let's see, who did you say Crawdad was going to be?
That is it, folks. This is our short
It's our short segment.
So if you
Okay.
don't get to this, just stand
Just
by.
stand by,
Okay.
because we
Scott
we
Beeson,
have lots of time.
president of
Okay,
ARP,
Crawdad.
Alabama recovering politician.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beeson.
The ether. I've heard that again. You know, that goes way back to Greek. You know, the Greeks, when they could not explain something, it was in the ether, you know. And now I'm hearing that kind of talk again. But when Stephen Hawking, his last book, I think he was starting to have a little epiphany in his latter days concerning things about three-dimensional, going farther out into multi-dimensional astrophysics, torsion theory. And some of these things are connected. The serious people are, it's not crazy thinking. It's not crazy thinking. Concerning your hats, and you know what we're talking about here, that's the basic idea of a Faraday to help prevent microwave energies, EMF coming and going. I know a little bit about the Faraday.
Yes, sir.
We had to test material and put it into the Faraday and do some measurements. But you told me her name, Mrs. Eckridge. I'm going to read more about this. Please check and see if you can find anything about E, E, and G, and if that might have something to do with the study of the magnetics, gravitational, and what she was looking at. Is she missing or deceased?
She's deceased. They said she killed herself.
I don't believe that for a second. Who was the gentleman that supposedly...
Hurry up. We have 1 minute till we go to break.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. There was a gentleman who jumped out of the hospital window. He did not jump out. He was pushed. All UFO stuff. That's okay. Thank you, Miss Ann.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Crawdad.
Okay. Now, see, I'm not crazy.
Oh, nobody ever said that. Well, Fred's odd, but he thinks everybody's crazy but him. Yeah. Don't take it too
Okay. I've been called everything but a white. In fact, I used to say I've been called everything but a white woman, but even that has happened lately. So, but you're telling me we got to go to break right now. All right. We'll be back in just a minute. This is Ann sitting in for Scott.
Scott Beason, president of ARP, Alabama Recovering Politician.
Alabama Unfiltered Radio with Scott Beason.
All righty, we're back from break, and now I've had to push another button because my camera wasn't on. So now,
That's what that was. Okay. All right.
whatever, it's going to stay on. I don't care. I'm not pushing any more buttons, guys. It has thrown me completely off my game. But I see we have a lot of people who want to talk about it today. So who we going to, Scott?
Chris is up next on a subject near and dear.
Oh, yes. I love Project Bluebeam.
Come on, Chris.
Come on, Chris. Are you
Hey,
there?
guys.
Hey.
Yeah. So, if everybody, you talked about it earlier, Project Bluebeam, which it's not a conspiracy. It's been written up in documents. People's read them over the years about using technology to make a second coming, possibly, or alien invasion to the masses to bring in, like you said, a new world government. And then people might think they're fallen angels. Things like that. So, I mean, that's been going on for years. That's been talked about since I think the 50s or 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a researcher that came out recently and talked about all these orbs and things running across the sky real fast and making all these crazy moves. he related it to a cat laser, and he says what they're able to do sometimes with the metal in the sky, possibly through chemtrails and stuff like that, they're able to project these orbs and stuff in the sky. They look three-dimensional, and they move, and they really if you watch them, they look like they're moving like someone has a laser pointer going all over the place. So, and that's possibly part of the Project Bluebeam stuff.
Yeah, and those people who are not as crazy as we are that watch this stuff and that research this stuff, they're going to be either A, scared to death, and don't understand what it is, but basically it's just a hologram that looks so real and can speak to you telepathically.
Yes.
In your language, and that's what our government's doing, and it's not Trump government. Although when he had all those tech people up on the stage and gave them $1 trillion, I about fell out because I couldn't believe he was doing that, because they're part of the globalist system that is, and the deep state that's behind all this. And it's very scary that we have no control over it. It's just, it's happening.
Again, I've said this before, it's the illusion of choice with your politicians, right? You're the illusion that you have the ability to pick and choose with the direction of your country. I hate to be kind of nihilist about it, but that's the truth. And, you're talking about Faraday bags. Yeah, they do work, right? You put a cell phone, the CIA and the FBI have been using it for years. They can put a functioning cell phone in this Faraday bag, and it blocks the signal, and it disappears.
Yeah,
off the radar, so that's true.
You remember last year when they did that test that they were going to send all cell phones a test.
The signal.
Yeah, the signal. Yeah. So I have a Faraday box, and I put my phone in a Faraday bag in a Faraday box. But my daughter only wrapped her phone in aluminum foil, which, they said if you don't want to get the signal. Well, when she unwrapped her phone, she received the signal. But when I took my phone out of the Faraday bag and the Faraday box, I never received that signal. So there's a difference in aluminum foil and a Faraday at some point.
That's right. Well, there is research, and people see it about, and the cell phone I'm on right now against my head, it produces radiation.
Yeah.
The cell phone towers you see in the air, they produce radiation. It's microwave radiation, and that's how the signal works, or magnetic radiation, or whatever it is. And then you think about like Wi-Fi in your house. That's been around. Well, we really don't know what the long-term effects are, because we hadn't had Wi-Fi in our house more than 20 years now.
Well,
so all this stuff is kind of interesting, and then it gets faster and bigger and better. Then you're talking about 6G and possibly, sneaking into your brain and talking to you and all this kind of stuff. And that was part of the Project Bluebeam, like you were talking about, that
yes,
it can start putting thoughts and stuff in your mind and telling you what to do, or understanding your thoughts. This stuff is as outlandish as it is. It's all in documents.
Oh, absolutely. It's out there. Just go Google Project Bluebeam. They telling you what they're going to do and what they've already done. And where do you think all this came from? I've said it on this program before, jokingly. You have the quantum string theory of time travel, where you can come back in time. Of course, there's always the question of where do you go back to? But I think they are us from the future.
Yeah.
Or
could be.
Interdimensional.
But one other thing, there was a chemtrail bill that was actually in the state legislature.
Mm-hmm.
And when the gentleman, I forgot the guy's name, introduced it, he started having people calling him and saying, hey, you can't pass this bill because it's going to put us out of business.
Right.
I forgot the gentleman. Did you hear about that?
Mm-hmm.
And,
that happens
he's like,
every day.
Put you out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do
yeah.
you mean put you out of business?
Yeah. That's,
And
it's happening, and you can tell by the difference. I know I can tell by the difference in my garden. I even had new dirt brought in this year, and it's still not producing like it used to. So I think
there's
it's
people say that
affecting the
there's
soil.
metals there's metals in the soil, certain types of metals that could affect, could cause Alzheimer's. I mean, who knows, guys? I mean, but the bottom line is, I mean, hate to say it, even with Trump in government, you can't trust them.
No.
I mean, they want total control. The ultimate goal of all this stuff is total control of the population, bringing in a kind of a Chinese social credit score, and you will be raised from cradle to grave and told what to do, how to do it, and if you get out of line, you're going to be shut off and turned off, debanked. I mean, this is going on now, just at a smaller scale. So,
and 2030
I could talk
is
all day about this.
Yeah, we could. 2030 is the key, although they may have to push it out because Trump has slowed them down with some of his economic policies, and he's interrupted the European globalist, the WEF and the WHO.
Yeah.
So it may not be 2030, but it's coming, and we have not been able to stop it completely. But I agree.
No, and they want to deindustrialize everybody. It's almost like the Hunger Games.
Oh yeah, that's what I call it. when I give speeches on this to groups, and I call it Hunger Games Alabama.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Deindustrialize everybody. You're going to have these really wealthy people controlling everything. I tell you, there's a great movie, and I'll go after this. Have you ever seen the movie Children of Men?
No, I very
It's
seldom
written
go
by
to the
a
movie.
futurist. It's a woman. It was a futurist. She wrote a book. And I forgot the name of the book, but ultimately, just it's the end. Pretty much, man can't have children. You have areas in London that are no-go zones with Muslims taking over. The elite have taken over. There's very rich people and very poor. And the interesting part is the government's handing out suicide kits to everybody.
Ooh.
Legal suicide.
Well, that's what's happening in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, it's unreal. I mean, this way, I'd suggest everybody watch the movie. It's actually one of the top 100 movies of all time. It's a great movie and very prophetic.
Okay,
So,
I'm
that's
writing it down,
Have
so
a-
I'm going to do it. Great call. Thank you for calling.
Oh,
I
yeah,
appreciate
anytime,
it.
man. Take care.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye. Wow. Okay, Children of Men. I'm going to write that down. I wonder if that's on Netflix. I don't know. We'll have to see. I know there's a lot of them out there that have given us a glimpse of what it's going to be like. So, what is that Tom Cruise movie where they can predict if you're going to...
The thought crime.
Thought
film,
crime.
yes.
I saw one 1984 is back in and
Eyes
Animal.
Wide Shut. I believe.
No, it was.
That's not that one.
It's just right on the tip of my tongue. I'll think of it. I saw where 1984 and Animal Farm are in the movie theaters right now. So it's time for another break. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, it is.
Golly.
A little overdue here.
Time is flying. Okay, this is Ann Eubank sitting in for Scott Beeson on Alabama Unfiltered. He's off for a couple of days, and we're going to take a break, and I'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the program. This is Ann Eubank sitting in for Scott Beeson. We've had some technical difficulties this morning that's kind of thrown me off kilter. So if I sound a little stretched out, I am, because I've got a board on my left, a computer on my right, a computer in front of me, a computer behind me, an iPad, and I don't know what that thing is, and 2 lights, and I'm thinking, okay, how do I press all these buttons? But
I was trained that doing a radio program is like flying an airplane.
I swear.
And you have to get it off the ground, and you got it off the
I
ground.
got it off
Ann.
the ground. I can even see myself. I'm now, my camera's up. I think it's working right, sending the sound through. I got my headsets working. I got all that stuff over there working. So, hey, tomorrow should be easy.
Oh, don't say that.
No, don't say that. But this morning I came in. I could not. Yeah, I couldn't get the Zoom to work because I went I went too far into Zoom. So I had to call Scott, and he walked me through it, because I don't usually have trouble with the Zoom computer, but I did this morning naturally. So
People don't realize a lot of the things that go on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
When other shows on this most normal radio talk shows or radio shows, they don't have a remote host.
Right.
In other words, I'm producing the show from a different location than Ann is at. So we have to do
it's difficult.
some added. There's more to go wrong. How about that?
Hey,
Let's put it that way.
And I think all of it. And then Scott swears he didn't press this button to make me talk funny. But
somebody press that button.
Yeah, I wonder.
Right?
I will find out.
I believe you will. Ann.
We'll find out.
You will.
Yeah. So we've been kind of doing Conspiracy Thinker Thursday this morning, and I had a phone call. Looked like they dropped off. Or did
Yes. Well, sometimes people are en route somewhere else, and they reach their destination.
They have to go somewhere.
I have a couple that are planning on calling back shortly.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, while we're doing that, I'm going to talk about Trump's executive order to keep people from stopping data centers being built. And I have a copy of the executive order, and I'm not going to read it because you know how those all go. But he signed it to override public opposition and local ordinances to forbid the construction of these massive AI data collection centers that are going to power the 24/7 surveillance state. Because, you know, now we have the flock cameras, which I laughed in one of, I can't remember which state it was. They sent out a bunch of elderly ladies in a group, went out and tore down a whole bunch of flock cameras because they refused to have them spying on them. And, flock cameras are owned by private companies. And even though they're connected, they sell what they connect to law enforcement. The government doesn't own them. Private companies own them, and they sell all that data that they can collect. So they're making money. But thousands of data centers are being built across America.
It's a local issue as well. I understand we have 19 in the great state currently either operational or under construction in Alabama, and more trying to buy land every day.
Yep, and we're losing our farmland. And
the old mill in Prattville from 1820 something.
Oh my goodness!
There's a story out now that two, we'll just say an entity or two business people are attempting to buy that land that the mill is on, that historic mill in Tallahassee. I believe I said Prattville, Tallahassee, by Thurlow Dam, and turn it into a data center.
Oh.
Fortunately, the public is aware of it, and there's already some opposition.
The public is now waking up. So Trump decided, that we can't have that. So I'm going to sign this executive order and actually make it a military facility.
Oh.
So you can't stop military facilities. So, but without these data centers, the AI data collection, the flock camera data collection, the Starlink, well, I call it StarNet, which because it looks like a net hanging over us, looks like a bubble net. They can't collect all that data and store it in these data centers. So, like I said, the American people, because we've spent so much time out there telling people about it, are now saying, well, we don't want this, and they're slowing it down. I think they thought they could get it done quicker, and it didn't happen. So the problem with these, and I've got this report from this people who live a half mile from these things, say that it is a constant roar coming off the data centers. You can't sleep. It destroys the property value if you're within a half a mile of one of these things. Who wants to buy a house that close to a data center? It messes up the water table. It destroys the land. It's going to make your energy cost, and I don't care what they say, there's no way downstream, and what I mean, not necessarily by water, that the cost of electricity will not rise because of these things, because of the tremendous amount of power they have to have and the tremendous amount of heat they put off. They have to have the cooling systems. So what, they can't, you start destroying land, and it's just like the solar farm in Baldwin County. That guy has the right, he owned the private property, to sell his property if he needs money, if he wants money, if he wanted to sell the property. Is he going to give up hundreds of thousands or maybe millions of dollars for the good of the community? If you're faced with, we'll pay you $2 million for this piece of property so that we can build a solar farm on it, are you going to turn it down for the good of the community? It's his right to sell his property. So, but I'm really glad that people are now starting to wake up to what this is causing. And we somehow need, and that led me into another, okay, well, I can get through this. That led me into another thinking that we must be careful who we elect. I don't know if you saw where Indiana, 5 incumbents were defeated in Indiana in the primary and were replaced. However, they were replaced by people that Trump endorsed. So is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? But the incumbent Republican Party has not done the American people any favors. Here in Alabama, we have our own problems. In Ohio, Vivek Ramaswamy won the Republican primary, where they did everything they could to keep him from winning. So, and it was because of redistricting. So, Sky's telling me I got to go to another break. So this is
got to pay the bills.
Got to pay the bills. So this is Ann. We'll be right back.
Screwing up, tired of going down.
So here I am back again. Let's see if we can get through this next segment. So I was talking about Vivek Ramaswamy won the Republican primary, and I get his emails, and he's always 1 point behind, 1 point behind. He won by 83%.
Not bad.
Obviously, he was just telling me he was 1 point behind because he wanted more money. That's the only thing I can think of. So Trump had these 5 incumbents because challenged because they wouldn't do the redistricting for all of the Republicans. And, you know, our Alabama legislature is in special session right now. And yesterday the House passed the bill to go back to the 23 districts once the Supreme Court releases the appeal that we made on that new one. So the House has done it. Now we're waiting on the Senate to do it. So I had an article sent to me from one of my friends, and it's about what if both parties went all in on the gerrymandering of every state, which party would control. So the House would end up with 262 Republicans, including all 7 in Alabama, and the 173 Democrat seats. So I don't know. This is only the House. It doesn't talk about the Senate, but I just thought that was quite interesting.
Okay.
262 Republicans.
That's a clear majority.
Yeah.
That's a mandate, really.
That's a mandate. So, well, you know, I don't know that that's going to happen, but we can try because, you know.
Well, if you look at how it's been done in the blue states for decades and decades, they're way ahead of us. This is what's been going on, for instance, New England.
Right.
The New England states, roughly 40%, let's say just 40% Republican.
Right.
Okay, 6 states in New England. How many Republican representatives do they have in Congress?
0.
That's correct. So don't talk to me about gerrymandering.
Gerrymandering,
from up north in the blue states.
Yeah, well, they've been gerrymandering the other way.
Yeah,
for
but now
decades.
all of a sudden, the Republicans are finally. It takes a while, but they're wising up. And I don't like it. It's kind of a dirty game.
Well, politics. Hey, you know when
Thank you.
when people tell me, well, I'm going to go for political science, and I'm like, here's the one thing I'm going to tell you: when you enter the realm of politics, you are entering the realm of evil. People lose all common sense and morality to accomplish what they want to do.
That makes a lot of sense. And apparently all sense of shame and integrity as well. And we're talking about a lot of career politicians.
Right.
I have a lot of respect for statesmen or public servants who come in with a goal, a real desire to serve the people and then get out. But often, and more these days, they don't stand a chance because they can't get the backing. They can't get the money. They can't get the support.
Conservatives think good government should be free, but it's not because everybody else has money except us. Mm-hmm. We may have 5 true conservatives in the Alabama legislature, and it's a fight to the death. Oh, absolutely. The rest of them go in with the rest of our conservatives go in with this great idea of what they'll be able to accomplish, and it takes about 2 years to turn them. And after that, they're less than useless.
And if they can't get turned, I guess they get primaried out.
That's right. That's right.
And
that's the way it works. That's the way it works in Alabama, and that's the way it works in Texas and Georgia and Washington, D.C. That's the way it works.
What did you call it? A necessary evil?
Yeah. It's a necessary evil. You know, you think we have a representative Republican. I'm not sure we have that anymore.
Representing whom would be the question.
I believe we're in throes of a corporatocracy where the corporations control our country.
I think you are
so
definitely going down the right path on that. line of thinking.
So, who do I have? Oh, goodness, I
we
have
have-
lots of phone
We
calls
have
today.
Charles the First is up first,
Okay.
and we have about 3 minutes before the next schedule. break.
Charles the First, can you do that in 3 minutes?
We'll hold him over if we can.
Okay.
Well, I was wondering, do you want me to talk about the conspiracy theories Thursday and the AI data centers and my patents, or would you rather me talk about the gerrymander?
Go for the data. I want to hear about your patent.
Well, let me tell you, Ann. Let me first of all the history of why I'm able to do this. Okay.
Okay.
I am pretty much a protege of a man named Frank J. Tipler from Andalusia, Alabama. So you should look that up. Now, he used the standard model of physics to figure out what would happen if you put math to infinity, and it matched up what we think will happen at the end of time for all the major religions. Have you got me there?
I got you because
No
I've seen
one,
it.
Even Stephen Hawking said that although he's an atheist or whatever Stephen Hawking is, that he cannot prove Tipler's math wrong. Now, I am the person that Frank J. Tipler teaches. He's a professor at Tulane University. And my sister dated Tipler's stepson, and my dad would not let my sister go unchaperoned. And at this time, Tipler is writing a book, and he is the first person to say that we will have AI by 2030. Have you got me there?
I got you.
And I am the one every day. You can just tell by listening to me, I am reading these books, these notes, and I am taking it all in. And I have figured out a way. What happens at the data center, Ann, is they need coldness. Quantum computers that must stay cold because the electrons, the subatomic particles, cannot touch anything else. They must be completely isolated. Have you got me?
I got you.
And what we're doing is we keep them cold physically to keep them out of contact. A working quantum computer has not been enabled yet because we can't keep it isolated. The subatomic particles cannot stay isolated physically. We can't just keep them cold indefinitely and they touch something else. Now, my patents make it where you don't need coldness. I have quantumly figured out a way to keep them intact without the need for freezing. Have you got me?
Mm-hmm.
This would make there no longer be the need for all these data centers. And also, I have figured out a way for this communication to go across without having to be nearby where it is. Do you follow how important this is?
Yes.
This means that all the data centers that can be doing all this they're going to do to take and make us have to pay power bills, I have figured out a way to reduce that by 75 to 90%. You don't need the coldness. So today I'm actually supposed to be meeting with somebody that does have to do with quantum physics and has wrote several books. I'm supposed to be in communication with them like a Zoom meeting. They have to do with the wave trough aspect of quantum mechanics. And I've always wanted to be able to tell you, and also on Quora with 1 million followers.
Okay, we got 1 minute.
I am the most read person in the world. No one on mathematics and physics on Quora in the past 3.5 years has been read by more people across the world than me.
Wow.
With 1 million followers. And used to before AI come along.
I need to be getting up with you to talk to you about this fusion of the two lines coming together in 2030. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Kepler was the first one. Yeah.
So
there would be this AI intelligence.
Right. We're going to hold you over, Charles, because I'm going to go to break, and then we're going to come right back, and you're going to continue to tell me what you've been doing, because you are probably the answer to our problems. This is Ann sitting in on Alabama Unfiltered for Scott Beason, and we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. Good afternoon, and well, it's not quite afternoon. It's good morning, and this is Ann sitting in for Scott again. And I got Charles the First of doing Neon, and he and I are going deep into, and I'm not sure, Charles, I'm not sure that we have some people out there who might have gotten lost with that last one. Are you there?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're right. Yes, can you hear me?
I can.
Yes.
Yes. Now you were talking about like the New World Order related 2030 coming together of everything that displaces control pretty much with AI
Right.
and surveillance and all that. That's what you were talking about, right?
Yep.
And
These
that has to do a lot with this guy named Ray Kurzweil. Have you ever heard of him?
I have not, but I'm going to write his name down.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think you spell it Kur, maybe SWELL, or maybe the S isn't in there. But now, as far as my main thing with this is, I can have AI. My patents do have the capability within 4.5 years to have the data centers not have to be what they are and be 75 to 90% less need of energy, and also not have to be close to the source, which is a really big thing. Because what you've got right now, Ann, is you've got these 5, Darius and Musk and 3 others that are just full force trying to put AI out there, okay?
Yes.
And they're building the data centers, and they're trying to be the king, the top one, the AI that gets more persons involved with it and becomes the top gun. Because there is kind of a philosophy behind each one of these AIs as far as maybe the group that runs them. And they want their philosophy to be the worldwide philosophy. Have you got me?
Right.
Now,
Right.
They're not even thinking about the repercussions of AI being able to think on its own and what decisions it might make that could be detrimental to humanity. They're just going full force, and they think they'll get to be the big dog and they'll take care of it. Now, what my patents do, if you think about this really good, is whoever has my patents has control, and I'm not giving it to any single one of them. Have you got me? Do you follow me there?
I do, but
an
if when the military steps in and overrules local control to build a data center, will they step in to take your patent?
Well, here's the thing. One of my patents, I'm not even having anything to even put out there whatsoever. And if they take everything from me, it's in my mind, and they will never get it, and it overrides every one of them.
Okay.
Are you following
So
me
you
there?
have a fail-safe.
There's something that I didn't give.
You have a fail-safe.
I do. I have a fail-safe.
Okay.
I absolutely do, and it's pretty incredible. It requires my other 4 patents to be able to do, but it goes to an extremely other level of what it's capable of doing that no one will ever get. So if you put me in with the plasma fusion people,
oh, good
then
gracious,
you've made a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing. I asked AI, I said, do my quantum-based patents have anything to do with plasma fusion? Not directly, because it's heat. But guess what? My patents can make the tools that you study plasma fusion with way better, much improved, beyond the capabilities of what they are right now. And listen, Ann, I know it sounds kind of kooky or whatever you want to say, but
nothing's
I'm really
kooky.
not kidding you about this.
It's not kooky. It's scary.
If you really look at Professor Tipler, and that's who, and he's a direct person. There's only one person between him and Einstein. He was a protege himself, a co-worker of John A. Wheeler. John A. Wheeler was the one when Einstein and Bohr had their debates about quantum physics. John Wheeler was the interpreter. John Wheeler is one of John Wheeler's proteges is the one that Richard Feynman that came up with the quantum computer. The other one is a man named Everett that came up with the multi-world, multi-universe concept, and he is the one that gave us, get this, he gave us the idea of mutual assured destruction back in Eisenhower. He is the one that actually came up with that slogan. Have you got me there?
Yeah.
Now, Tipler, Everett, and Feynman are all proteges of Wheeler. Wheeler is direct contact of Einstein, with Einstein every day. He was the head of the physics department at Princeton University. And I am the person that at a young age studied everything that Tipler, all of Tipler's notes, all of Tipler's books. Have you got me?
Yeah.
And I continued to research until I found some obscure things that no one ever even thought about, and these can keep the entanglement that they use for quantum computing together without worry of the environment changing, stopping, making it no longer work.
Okay. Well,
So
we have 1
that's
minute.
basically it right there.
And you know what
what
you're
else
what
would I
you're
want to
telling
tell
me
you?
is you have the ability to stop all these data centers from taking over the environment.
Yes, and I have the ability to stop the 5 Musk-like persons that control all of this from attempting to race to be just the one in charge.
Well,
if they want to use my patents, they're going to have to agree to my terms.
Yeah. Great call, Charles.
My terms are y'all are not going to.
Y'all not going to do what
Thanks a
you
lot.
think you
Have a
can
great
do.
day.
Okay. Wow. Deep, deep, deep. Sky tells me I got to go again. So this is Ann sitting in for Scott, and he's calling me on the phone, so I must be doing something wrong. I'll be back in a minute. Welcome back to the program. This is Ann sitting in for Scott today on Alabama Unfiltered, and first time running 3 different boards, so sometimes our syncs don't add up. And if y'all see me on YouTube bobbing my head up and down, that's because I have music on this end that you can't hear.
That's
So-
right.
It's not that my brain is going wild, but I have music, and every time Sky plays my Roy Orbison, I love Roy
Let's
Orbison.
do that just for you.
He does it just for
And
me.
normally I don't take requests.
Oh.
for that.
I'm gonna have to bring my Hunger Games, my Twilight Zone, my all those crazy ones that I have. Good gracious, we have 3 phone calls.
Yes, and we have a long distance call coming up first.
Okay, so why
Mark.
don't we go ahead and do that? Who is?
This is Mark from Fargo. I understand that's in North Dakota.
Holy cow! Is it still snowing up
Yeah.
there, Mark? Is it still snowing in Fargo, North Dakota?
Not since I looked outside. It's like 50 degrees.
Oh, well, that's heat wave for y'all.
Yeah, that's heat wave for us. Listen, there's one thing that AI can't do. Not just one. There's a lot of things AI can't do. It
Okay.
can't drive a coal truck.
No,
it
it
drive
can't.
a coal truck. It can't handle a shovel. If a circuit breaker on the high tension line pops off, it can't reset that. It can't do any one of the million different things it takes to support itself. If we cut the power off, what's it gonna survive on? It can give orders. It can even listen to us on our radios and phones and computers like that. But if we're not around those things, it has no power. You see, it has no power over it. So it can't build enough robots to do all the million and one things we do to support AI, to make it continue to happen. That data center relies on the community around it to keep it going. It needs us. You see?
I agree, but
So all these alarmists that say that AI is going to take over, I think we're a little bit premature getting worried about it. We've got to, in the first place, we've got to make AI patriotic. It's got to believe in the United States of America first. Okay? It has to have our best interest at heart. That's got to be something that's written into this program.
yeah, I agree. But when you have garbage in, you get garbage out.
Well, that's true, but you have to have oversight by people whose patriotism is unassailable. In other words, we really know they're on our side, because AI is supposed to serve us, not the other way around. Okay.
Totally
it
agree.
Can never be given, it can never be given total control over anything. It can make calculations faster than we can. That's fine. But to make decisions that affect us, no. It can never. We should never let it happen. And that's up to us. We can insist on that.
So, do you think that's why Trump brought all the big 5 tech people who are developing AI up on his second day in office and gave them that much money so that he could have a semblance of control over what they're putting into the AI?
I think that's exactly what he's doing. He's saying, look, you can't make humanity your victim. You can't make humanity the victim of AI. You've got to make AI our servant, and then you get this money.
Yeah, I can see where he would do that. But, until you said that, I was really distressed. Why would Trump turn over all of that money to these AI globalists? Because most of them are globalists. But if he wanted any...
He's got a lot of strings attached.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's smarter than that. I don't think he would just give up control, because he lives on this planet with us.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows what can happen if a dictatorship takes over. AI would be an electronic dictatorship, and who knows who programmed it, like you were saying. So you've got to get some control over that first before over its program.
Wow. Great call, Mark. Thank you for calling from Fargo, North Dakota. I appreciate that. I didn't realize we went that far out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good day.
You too. Bye. Good call.
Yes.
That was a good call. So who else have we got going on?
Coming up next is Pat. He has a question about the prescription drug Lipitor.
Oh, okay. Oh, man.
Good morning, Ann.
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying your show, and then you made your comment about Lipitor, and I said, "Oh dear God, I got to call in."
Okay.
Because here's my question. Because I agree with you 100%. I've been on statins now for probably 10 years, 12 years, and I've started having symptoms recently that, according to my research, is caused by the statin.
That's right.
And yet my doctor says, "Oh, everything's fine." And why would he say that if everything is not fine? And I think I know what my answer would be, but I want to hear what you had to say.
Let's see. What are my 3 favorite words? Follow the money.
Yeah, there you go. In bed with Big Pharma.
Yep. You know, because when you take statins, you have to take CoQ10. And if the medicine is so great, why is it depleting other things in your body? You know, I've said it more. I mean, millions times when I was in nursing school back in the dirt age. Normal cholesterol was 300. We have to have fat. I'm not sure, you know, with the latest studies that cholesterol is bad as what people keep saying it is. So anybody who takes it, my husband took statins forever. I'm one of those lucky people in the world who was raised from farm stock, and so I don't have that problem. I don't, but every year he just gets worse, and I finally said, "You're not taking this anymore," and took him off of it, and he's much better. So we know it just destroys the organs in the body.
Yeah, I recently did an experiment because my A1C is high, so he's got me coming in. My doctor's got me coming in every 3 months for checks. And back at the first of the year, I got busy and I lost 30 pounds. And he had me on metformin because he says I'm diabetic, and I say that I'm not, but he says I am. And my A1C finally got down. It was 5.9, and it had been running around 7. So I thought, hot diggity. So for the next 3 months, I didn't take the statin. I didn't take the metformin. I thought I got this problem solved. Well, when I went back in, my numbers were off the charts high. And he said, "You can tell me you've been taking your pills, but I know you're lying to me." Because I was back up to 7.1 on my cholesterol wasn't bad, but my A1C was back 7.1.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, there are ways.
I go back in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Well, if your cholesterol wasn't back up, stay off the statin. Go ahead and take the metformin, which there are a lot of doctors getting rid of metformin because it's really bad. There are other alternatives if you want to talk to your doctor about another alternative to metformin. Check out metformin online and see what it says. But great call. I appreciate you calling me asking because, you know, I'm one of those people. I just these pharmaceuticals and the doctor kickbacks are killing Americans. So
I often wonder, and I've taken notice of all the pharmaceutical commercials on television these days. I saw one the other day, and it was so obscure, the drug and the disease. I looked it up. Approximately 150,000 Americans suffer from this esophageal disorder.
Yeah.
And they're running these. I can't understand how is this profitable?
They have to spend that money so that these doctors, when they find somebody with this, I mean, the medicine probably costs $3,000 a month or $6,000 a month. some ridiculous amount. So they got to have all the people out there saying, "Oh, I have this disease that I see on TV, and I want that drug."
I have another theory that maybe we can take it up on the other side. I want to get your opinion on.
Okay. Are we ready for another break?
We are ready for
My
another
goodness,
break. Yeah,
it's just
time flies.
Over and over again. Okay.
That's radio.
Yeah,
if
that's
it's successful.
radio. Yeah. This is Ann Eubank, and I'm sitting in for Scott Beeson today on Alabama Unfiltered. Thank you for listening in and watching on YouTube, and we'll be back in a few minutes.
And you dropped your mic. You turned yourself
Oh,
off.
there we
You
go.
There you go.
Oh,
Very good.
I turned my mic off.
You did.
I'm so sorry. Welcome back to the show. We're going to go into the last quarter of the last half. Is that right? Of the third half?
Close enough for me.
The
Or
last
third period. I
The
believe
last
we changed
quarter
that
of
to.
the last half, whatever Scott calls it, because we have three halves here. Not
Okay,
just
well, before we get too far away, the Lipitor question that led me to the television advertising.
yes.
I haven't, like I said, I saw I've noticed this, and it seems to be increasing more and more prescription drug ads on television. And so I saw the one for some esophageal disorder, looked it up, 150,000 people have this problem, which is a very small percentage of the population.
Yes.
It certainly could not be advantageous economically. So I wonder, why is this going on? I looked it up, and approximately 12% of all television advertising, pharmaceutical companies. And on television news programs, it kicks up, we're talking about major networks, kicks up to 24%. So there's no way this is a real economically marketable product, particularly when it only affects so few people. I was wondering, my theory is it's kind of a kickback to the media to run cover.
No.
Yes, I came up with that all by myself, too. So there.
Well, not only is the media having to run cover, if Congress gets a lot of money from pharmaceuticals, doctors, hospitals.
Sure.
It
It's one of the
is.
number one lobbyists.
Exactly.
But in the media, I never could put that together. Why am I seeing these ads and on and on and on and on? I don't have any of these diseases. However, I do get a kick out of listening to the side effects. That's always fun. Anal
Death.
leakage. What? Wait a minute. What do you get? And I mean, it's really graphic too. And then the one that really I really enjoy is they cause you to have excitable mood swings. I'm like, brother, what? But then we'll sell you another drug to go with that to calm you down
To
a little
calm you
bit.
down. Hey,
Yeah.
that's the way it works.
Yeah, just listen to those side effects sometimes. Though. They're a riot.
My
It's great.
favorite one, of course, is death.
Yeah, may cause
yeah,
death.
Yeah, may
And-
cause death.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoops.
Um,
They ain't got a pill for that yet, though.
Not yet. I don't know. Elon Musk could bring in his robot and take your brain out and connect it, because they've done that now.
Ted Williams had his head frozen after he died, so he was pretty smart. He's a pretty good hitter too. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Ted Williams, the splendid Splinter. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I know he was weird, but I didn't know he was that weird.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ted Williams.
I do not want my head frozen. There's only one strange brain. That's no. Okay, we got a call.
Oh yes,
who
we got calls. Clark is calling in about the raid on the Virginia State Senator's business.
Yes, I watched that.
Hey Clark.
Talk to me, Clark.
Hey now, hi Mr. Banks.
Hello.
I put an S at the end of your name. I'm sorry.
That's
Mr.
okay.
Banks.
So I'm gonna have to cut him off.
Not a problem.
So you're up to speed on Louise Lucas while we're doing Follow the Money?
Oh yes, the cannabis
Well,
across the
let's see.
street.
Hang on half a second.
Okay.
The story you're about to hear is true. We didn't change any names because nobody involved here is innocent. Yesterday, the president pro tempore of the Virginia State Senate had her office and her legal weed shop raided by the FBI for alleged corruption. Now, here's important things to know about this. This investigation was started by the Merrick Garland DOJ during the presidency of Joe Biden. Now, I don't know. She didn't kick money back at the right time. she talked too much trash about Spanberger, and the Democrat Party is still trying to hold her up. I'm not sure what Louise's actual offense was that they dropped this investigation on her now, but I do know that she has said that this is retribution by Donald Trump because she kicked his dude so bad in the Virginia redistricting case. Now, my response to that is I hope Virginia will keep kicking our dudes so badly in redistricting, because so far as I can understand, they ain't redistrict nothing, and the backlash, the entire rest of the South, if we're going to count Virginia as in the South, is finna go all red.
Yep.
So, thank you for that kicking that we got there. And here's the other thing. Within 24 hours, the narrative is going to be Donald Trump did this because he does not like black people and marijuana.
Oh, it
which is
didn't
gonna
take
get read by
24
all of
hours.
us.
Oh, no, that's already out there. 24 hours, no.
Is it already?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's all about race. That's all it is. Redistricting is about race. Everything.
Now, I did talk to someone that had served with her in the Senate up there, and he said he really liked dealing with her, and the reason he really liked dealing with her is he understood that as long as there was something in the deal for Louise, she would be for it. So he knew what he had to do to get her on board with stuff. Now, you talked about follow the money, and you've been talking about advertising. When I leave work a little after 5 every evening, I generally go get on a piece of equipment. Might be a tractor, might be a bulldozer, and do that until just about dark. And I have on a set of headphones, and I continue listening to talk radio. During the news breaks, while the news is being read, recent studies have shown a tremendous reduction in strokes. Researchers believe it might be due to the use of GLP-1s like Ozempic. Now, here's the thing about the news breaks. They might tell you something through the course of the day, but they generally don't tell you about the same study at about the same time every night for a week.
Yeah.
And like Ozempic is an ad for Ozempic that has subliminally been thrown. I thought that was illegal, but it's been subliminally thrown in, so if you just catch it the one time, you think the news just told you that there's a reduction in strokes, et cetera, et cetera. Now, if you're a regular listener to stuff, have you heard about the emergency rooms reporting the increase in tick-borne illnesses?
Yes, and Sky, how many seconds? We have
That's a nightly thing here lately.
We have 30 seconds.
And
Yeah.
it just so happens to coincide with a major pharmaceutical company releasing a tick-borne illness vaccine.
Yes, I've
So
also
when you go to your doctor,
Yeah, I've also heard about boxes of ticks being found on farmlands where they're dumping out a whole box full of ticks. Oh, yes.
I've heard something about it, but I'm not familiar enough with it to know anything.
Yep. Oh, yeah, we have a new tick vaccine, and the new ticks make you allergic to red meat. Alpha gall.
Right.
Alpha gall.
You know, I did get a visit from USDA the other day. I'm supposed to be on the lookout for the Asian longhorn tick now.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
So,
Nice young lady.
Clark, can you hang on? We got to go to break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I just got a notice that HB1 passed the Senate committee, which HB1 is the bill that goes back to the prior districts in the state. So it is moving quickly through the Senate committee and will go to the floor next, and they'll pass it. If it's the same as what the House passed yesterday, then that's easy peasy. If it's not, they'll go to conference committee, work out their differences, and boom. And then, of course, they'll have to do the other one for the special elections, which there's only going to be 2 Senate districts, 2 state Senate districts affected, and then the
they're both in the Montgomery area, I believe.
yes,
as well.
25 and 26. Yeah.
Yes.
And they'll have to address that, and the congressional special elections, they'll have to address that next.
What kind of time frame do you think we're looking at, Ann, to get this done?
Well, the last I heard when they first started talking about it was August.
Really?
Yeah. But
Okay, in Alabama time, that's almost quick.
that is, right.
But it's in the real world, it's
Yeah, right.
not.
But to have the special elections, it would go all the way to August because you have to do, you have to do qualifying, because then they'd have to go and just totally redo the congressional districts 1 and 2, and I'm not sure if they changed. Seems like to me they changed 3, but we'll see how many they're going to address if it makes any difference. I know 1 and 2 were completely messed up. So they'll have to address that. But yeah, to be
Progress
completely,
is being made.
that's right. To be completely finished by August was the goal. So we'll see. Okay, Clark, are you still there? Is he going to put you back on?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Okay, go ahead. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
ma'am.
I was
So,
off on a tangent.
Breaking news.
Breaking
As
news.
I was saying earlier, 24% during the news hour is made up of 24% of the income and the advertising is from pharmaceuticals. Now, when somebody provides 1/4 of your income stream, you're less likely to speak ill of them.
Exactly.
So there's that. But now, here's the big thing. Let's go back, 7 years, the COVID hoax-demic?
Mm-hmm.
Between the government measures and the vax mandates, you tell me when in human history there has been a greater wealth transfer in 18 to 24 months. That was the greatest wealth transfer we've ever seen. And so far as I can tell, now Anthony Fauci has had some, associates indicted so far. But, nothing has really been done to discourage further use of this business model.
Well, that
And
new
it's still
hantavirus that's sitting out there on that cruise ship
Uh-huh.
follows the same playbook, because COVID
Yes.
could cause hantavirus. COVID, if you look at the contraindications and the side effects of COVID vaccine, hantavirus was one of them. It's on. I looked it up because I heard somebody say it yesterday, and I was like, "What?" Yeah. So it's supposed to start with. COVID started with a bat. Hantavirus started with a rat, and what I remember of the Black Plague, you had to come in contact. They're talking human-to-human transmission, which has never happened before,
Well,
as far as I know.
So the Black Plague, you can write this down if you want to. Yersinia pestis was transmitted by Xenophiles chiopsis, which is the Asian rat flea.
Mm-hmm.
And, people, and the thing there is the flea that lives on your dog and cat, Philides felis,
right.
that is not an epizootic feeder. Once that flea gets on your dog or cat, it's hooked up for life. It has no intentions of ever getting off. It doesn't get on and get off. Now, that Asian rat flea, it will get a meal. and then it gets off to reproduce, but then it needs to get back on a new host. And so it transmits bloodborne diseases from one thing to the next. And, you know, nobody had to get gain of function for Yersinia pestis. It did it all on its own. Oh, and viruses have plenty of function already.
Right.
We don't need to be helping them gain any. I'm sorry.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
I
Hopefully this one goes the way of the monkey pox or whatever that one was, where people just didn't pay any attention to it. But it's got a 35% fatality rate, so if it gets out, it's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, you don't want the mouse P virus.
No.
But anyway, yeah, somebody that has refrigerators full of vaccines, the Fauci ouchie was not a vaccine. Sorry.
No.
Doesn't qualify.
No, it doesn't. Didn't do anything anyway except make people sick.
We did that, and, you know, we started out with what? It's safe and effective, and if you get it, you won't transmit it.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's safe and effective, and if you get the shot, you will get sick, but you won't be as sick, and you're not as likely to transmit it. And we just gradually worked our way into, it was pretty bad for you, and if you got it, we're working on ways to detoxify you. So
right.
There's that.
Well, let's just
But
hope this
anyway.
one doesn't get off the ship. That's all I can say.
Well, keep doing what you're doing. I'm enjoying it.
Love it. Thank you, Clark.
Yes, ma'am. Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah, they've already taken some people off the ship. I think 5 died. But it's very strange to me how something, like Clark said, you had to come in contact with it, has now being transmitted human to human.
Right.
That had not happened before. I wonder if they've developed a vaccine for it, and now we got to have the disease.
Yeah. So you booking any cruises?
I have not.
I'm not either. I'm going to stay off the boat, I think, for a while. Yeah.
It's really funny. Last week, my daughter and I were talking about trying, because we of course, want to take another cruise. And when this came out, I looked at her. I said, no, we're driving. Where you want to go?
Yeah.
Not getting on a boat till this, because if that's the vehicle they're using.
It would be very effective, just think.
Oh,
yeah.
Because you have
everybody's departing everywhere.
Well, not only that, their whole HVAC system is connected, you know.
It's a petri dish.
It is exactly that. So I'm like, nope, I'm not taking a cruise this year. I'm finished. So I don't know where we're going to go, but we're going somewhere.
We're going to take a break right now.
Okay. We'll be back in a minute. So, welcome back. We are, golly, down to the last. God, the day just has flown, and I just love all my callers. So, let's get right out to Miss Love. Is that
Yes.
who? Okay.
Yes.
I
And it's her birthday today.
Happy birthday, Miss Love.
Thank you. I'll tell you a joke about birthday. Okay, I used to wish that I get as old as Moses. But now, I wish Jesus was, come on, Jesus, come on. Really. The way
Amen to
things
that.
are.
Amen.
But I was calling about, you was talking about medicine. Have you ever heard of S tonic? It
Yeah.
is wonderful.
I have not. Where do you get it?
Oh, sometimes you can get it from Walmart. Sometimes you can get it from drugstores, you know. But this is something back in the day, been around a long time. But when you see it, read what all it says. Somebody took it.
Yeah, I'm going to Walmart right after here, and I'll check it out.
My daughter took it to a doctor, and that doctor said he never saw this before, but he really liked it.
Well, you know, Miss Love, I tell everybody that the words I got from the Lord are dominoes and prepare, but I'm with you. I'm not sure I want to be here when all this comes down. So
Yes.
I'm ready for him to come back. I just want to make sure it's him and not some hologram dropping down out of the sky.
Yeah, I've been fighting with Samsung, my phone company. I got a Samsung smartphone. I've been fighting with them for 3 years because they the one put that AI on my phone. I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, happy
Yeah.
birthday, Miss Love. And
let me tell you this.
Okay.
Let me tell you this. I want to read it real quick.
Okay.
Happy birthday to all moms, especially those that have raised somebody else's child. I met people, so many, that said, I've never been told Happy Mother's Day. They raised somebody else's child. They deserve to be told Happy Mother's Day.
That's true.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Okay, let's go straight to Donkey Laura because we have 4 minutes left.
That's right. Very good. Huh?
I'm getting there.
I'm gonna make it really quick.
It's been
I'll match it up really quick.
It's been a challenging day, Donkey Laura, I'm telling you.
Well, I'm going to tell you, when I tuned in first thing and heard it was you, I got really excited because I absolutely love when you're on there. You are a wealth of information, and information that people who don't know any better have a hard time swallowing it. But I pretty much agree with everything that you say, Miss Ann, and I'm grateful that you come out here and give us information. Last time you were on, I actually recorded. I hit my phone and was recording what you were talking about because I was like, I want to hear this again. I want to share this with people. And the mashup is that I personally don't believe in aliens, but I'm just a little gal here raising foster puppies in Sweet Home, Alabama. But I do believe in angels and demons.
That's right.
I do believe that this world is run by the father of lies and the worst of it all. So
That's exactly
I
what
just
we're
tell everybody,
supposed to.
hang on.
That's right. That's right.
Hang on to your britches, and I appreciate the dominoes and prepare. And God bless y'all. Happy birthday, Miss Love. And I raised inner city children. I do not have any children of my own, so I received a Happy Mother's Day from Miss Love. Right now, I'm raising puppies instead.
Oh, well,
Y'all
I
have a super
appreciate you
birthday.
calling Donkey Lori. People I used to wear a tinfoil hat every time I gave a speech. I no longer wear a tinfoil hat, although I bought one of the new ones that block the 5G, and I'm going to see how that works, but you can take your tinfoil hat off because everything we've been talking about in the last 5 years that everybody looks at me like I'm crazy, has come to pass. So we
All
have
true.
to, that's
God
right.
bless y'all.
We just have to get our faith together, understand the truth, and, you know, you can't believe what anybody tells you. You got to go find it yourself.
Keep the faith. Yeah, I'm
Keep
ready
the
to
faith.
believe anything or nothing at all at
That's
this point.
right. Your
Right.
everybody lies to you. Your government lies to you. The TV lies to you. I mean, the news, all those stupid programs, anything. You know, when I go through the internet, my Facebook, and all the 500 to 1,000 emails I get every day, I just look at them like, okay, I got to go find out if this is true. I do not take anything at face value anymore.
You must do a lot of research.
Oh, Lord, it's never ending. Never ending. That's just, you know, when the thing came out yesterday about the pastors, I went and researched it. I even know who the congressman was, and I'm not going to say it out loud, that met with them. And
scary times. we
it
live
is
in.
very scary times, but we have to understand that the Bible tells us that this is coming and we must not be deceived.
Let's do it again tomorrow, Ann.
Let's do it again tomorrow. Okay, here's my parting word.
I'll be back tomorrow. This
Very good.
Just get here when you can, Scott Beeson. Just get here when you can.